Croeso I Bysgota Cymru. Welcome to Fishing in Wales.
The club was formed in 1906 or 1908. I think it was 1906, I think. So it's been going for a considerable time. It was all, when the club was formed, it was all rented waters, obviously, and we've still got the same riparian owners now from farms, some of the farms, than what we had originally, apparently. So the riparian owners have been very loyal to us in this area. I remember when I was a boy in the 60s and the late 50s and the 60s, I remember meeting people off the train when the railway was running, Aberystwyth to Carmarthen line, on Saturday mornings, and there was nothing to see 2, 3, 4 anglers coming with their cases and fishing rods and what have you. And we used to sort of ask them where they were staying and point them in the right direction to the Talbot or the Sunny Hill Hotel or the Red Lion Hotel, as they were then. And Reverend Powell, a very famous angler from many years ago, and Oliver Kite used to come regular, and they used to sort of have a lot of knowledge from another famous angler that we had in this area, Di Lewis. He was no doubt a very gifted angler. He died in 1945 the way that he wished to do, I think, along by the riverbank, and apparently there was a salmon. He'd caught a salmon that morning that was lying by his side. So it was a nice ending for him, but perhaps not for his family. You can see I'm standing here by the stone of one of the most famous men that walked in the Tregaron area, without a doubt, in my opinion. Mr. Morgan, John Morgan, Mock John, he was known locally. That was his local name. And he was an outstanding angler and an ambassador to fishing in Wales. He was Mr. Fishing in Wales, in my opinion. He did an awful lot for the Welsh salmon and trout. He ran the Welsh salmon and trout for 40, 45, 50 years, single-handed. An amazing man. And he was one of these men that used to fish every day of the season. I remember him telling me that I've got to fish some part of the day, every day. If it's only for 5 minutes, he'd stop on a bridge or whatever and get his rod out, and if it was no good, but he'd have to fish every day, which is, you know, I've never met anybody that has said that in all the years that I've known anglers, and I've known quite a number. But we had this stone erected for Mock, sadly, when he died in 2015, because this was, we're at a place called Ponllanio today, and this was his favourite fishing spot. We've also got another stone that we erected for him as a club, and that was by his own wish. This one, the club sort of did on behalf of Mock, because of all the hard work that he'd done for Tregaron angling. Without Tregaron angling, you know, we wouldn't have had the beats that we own today, and all the work that he did. all the guest speakers that we had for the annual dinners that I attended, many of them, the top speakers of their time, politicians or whatever, he had the knack of, you know, getting the best people to attend different functions, and not only for Tregaron angling, but he did it for dozens and dozens of other angling clubs throughout Wales. In my opinion, there'll never be another like Mock Morgan, and I'm sure a lot of other people will say exactly the same, because what he did to angling and the articles that he used to write on a weekly basis, you know, it was tremendous, and all that's been lost overnight, really, when sadly Mock passed away. He was 87 when he passed away, and he hadn't been in good health for many a year. But on the morning that he passed away, apparently, he was writing an article for some magazine when all of a sudden he felt unwell. And that says a lot about Mock Morgan. Now, alongside, we've got about 16, 17 miles of the river. Some of it we rent from the riparian owners, the farmers, local farmers, but we've got about, I'd say, about 9-10 miles of our own fishing, and we were very, very fortunate back in the 90s, late 90s, when Miss Davis, who sort of lived in Pontlanio here, her and her brother Morgan Davis, Mr. Morgan Davis, they bequeathed, they had about 3 or 4 or 5 farms in the area here with the fishing, and they bequeathed all the fishing rights to the club, which sort of secured the club for future generations, hopefully. So in that respect, we're very fortunate as a club. The only thing that we'd like to have is a little bit, few more fish in the river, and have a few more anglers coming. Along with the river, we're very fortunate to have Teifi pools, which we rent from Welsh Water, and have done. We've run Teifi pools since the late 50s, early 60s, 1960s, and it's all wild fishing. Again, we've got another lake, which is Llymberwyn, which is about 3 miles sort of northeast of Tregaron. It's in the middle of the wilderness, in the middle of the forestry plantation, and it's only about 30 acres or so, but that produces nice wild brown trout, and we're very fortunate to sort of rent that from Natural Resources Wales. But again, we've got other tributaries. We've got the River Camddwr, which runs into sort of Brianne Dam. Again, another good little tributary is the River Brennig, which runs through Tregaron. That holds a decent head of natural sort of wild brown trout, and a very good salmon sort of spawning tributary. But the Camddwr is very, very wild. It's in a very mountainous sort of area, and you need to be reasonably athletic to fish it. The access is all right, but it's quite difficult angling. But if you can sort of negotiate that terrain, you will benefit from it. Membership is it's excellent value for money. If you're a local, you can sort of have the river for £45 or £47 a year. That's a season ticket. The Teifi pools, that's £45 for a season ticket. Llyn Berwyn is 40 or 45 pounds, I'm not sure. That's for a season ticket. We sell day tickets at our sort of distributors for £15 a day, and that's for the river and the lakes. So you could combine the fishing in the morning on the river if you'd like, and go up to the Teifi pools or Llyn Berwyn in the afternoon. For the non-local fishing tickets, it's £140 for a season, but if you're a local, a season ticket locally, you got to live within 25 miles of Tregaron, is £80 per season, and that's tremendous value for money. Everybody is welcome to come to the Tregaron area and hopefully come for a day's fishing on the Tregaron waters. There's good wild brown trout fishing to be had for miles of fishing, and the Tregaron Club would sort of welcome anybody with open arms, and there's plenty of information to be had on our website, and we can sort of arrange to meet if anybody wants to sort of be pointed in the right direction. I'm sure myself or some other local sort of club member would more than gladly sort of point them in the right direction. And so everybody's welcome. The more the merrier.
Discover fishing in Wales